All right, so Google just dropped its next generation AI, Gemini 3, and they're not being shy about it. They're calling it their most intelligent model ever. So today, we're going to unpack what that actually means and why this could be a really big leap forward for artificial intelligence. You know, when you see a quote like this from the CEO, Sundar Pichai, it tells you a lot. This isn't just about a routine update, it's a huge statement of intent. They're aiming to lead in what are basically the three most important areas of AI right now: raw intelligence, autonomous agents, and making it deeply personal for you. And this isn't coming out of nowhere, right? This announcement lands almost 2 years into what Google has been calling its Gemini era. So think of Gemini 3 less like a brand new product and more like the culmination of everything they've been learning, all rolled into one much, much more powerful system. Okay, but that's the high-level stuff. What does it all mean in practice? Like, what can this new model actually do, and why is it such a big deal for everybody, not just for the tech folks and developers? Let's break it down. To really get what makes Gemini 3 a huge step up, we have to look at how it thinks. The biggest upgrade here is in its reasoning ability. And that means it doesn't just process information anymore. It actually understands complex relationships, context, and nuance in a way that older models just couldn't. So Google is rolling this out in two different flavors. First, you've got Gemini 3 Pro. That's the powerhouse model that's available right now for your everyday life, for learning, for building. But they also announced Gemini 3 Deep Think. This one's coming later, and it's built specifically for tackling those incredibly complex, new kinds of problems that are still way beyond what current AI can handle. Now this chart, this really shows you that leap in reasoning power. The benchmark is called Humanity's Last Exam. I mean, the name says it all, right? It's basically a test designed with problems so tough, you'd need PhD-level expertise to even try to solve them. Most of today's AIs wouldn't even get a score. The fact that Gemini 3 Pro hits over 37% and DeepThink pushes past 40%, that shows a massive jump in its ability to solve truly expert-level challenges. Okay, so that advanced reasoning is super impressive, but what does it actually let you do? Let's pivot from the technical benchmarks to the real-world stuff and see how this new intelligence can actually be used. Google has framed Gemini 3's new skills around these three pillars: learn, build, and plan. It's a really simple way to think about it, but it covers a pretty incredible range of tasks. So let's dive into some examples for each one. First up, learn anything. This is where its multimodal power, its ability to understand text, images, and video all at the same time really gets to shine. So for instance, you could feed it a bunch of scans of your grandma's old handwritten recipes, and boom, you get a clean digital cookbook. Or, get this, you can upload a video of your pickleball match and it'll give you a personalized training plan. It's just amazing at taking complex info from all over the place and turning it into something you can actually use. Now, in the build anything category, it's all about creation. This could mean just describing a retro 3D game you have in your head and having the AI actually generate the code for it. Or asking for a really complex, interactive website design just from a simple text prompt. It even gets into creative stuff, like building out detailed 3D art just from your descriptions. And finally, plan anything. This is where the model's improved long horizon planning comes in. That's just a fancy way of saying it can handle really complex, multi-step tasks all the way from start to finish. This is where AI starts to feel like a true personal agent that can handle things like booking appointments for you or completely reorganizing your chaotic inbox. And this whole idea of an agent is so important, it really deserves its own section. Right, that idea of an AI agent, it is particularly revolutionary for developers. Google has gone all in and actually built an entire platform around this concept, and it represents a huge shift in how coders are going to interact with AI from now on.
So what is an agentic platform? The key idea is moving the AI from being a passive tool to becoming an active partner. So instead of just suggesting a bit of code here and there, this kind of AI can actually on its own understand a goal, plan out all the necessary steps, and then go and execute them.
So this agentic platform gives the AI direct access to a developer's most important tools: the code editor, the terminal, and the browser. Now, the crucial difference here is that the AI isn't just on the sidelines suggesting code. It's an active partner inside your workspace, working right alongside you to plan and build entire applications. It's a pretty wild concept. Okay, so with huge advances in reasoning, all these new creative capabilities, and a brand new agentic platform for developers, the big question is, how and when can you actually start using all this stuff? Well, the rollout is actually happening right now. Gemini 3 Pro is already being made available in the main Gemini app and for developers. Then, in the next few weeks, subscribers to Google AI Ultra will get their hands on that superpowered Deep Think mode. And Google says even more models in the Gemini 3 family are on their way soon.
You know, this launch really feels like a significant turning point, moving AI from being just a simple tool towards becoming a true creative and intellectual partner. And that leaves us with a really powerful question to think about. As these incredible capabilities become available to all of us, what are we going to choose to build together?